Hey guys, welcome back to the Sunday Vlog. On today's vlog, I want to talk to you about how I find volunteers, how I onboard them, and then how I keep them around. Because, let's face it, we can't do this alone.
Presentation has to be fantastic.
You guys didn't know it. Noah actually is a magician, and he's training his intern.
He's not very good.
I'm amazing.
All right, let's see it.
This light bulb is going to turn on just
this is a horrible
by touching it.
presentation.
Tell everyone what your stage name was.
Shut up.
It's the Great Noini.
The Great Noini. Oh, wow.
Goodness.
All right.
So you've got a light bulb, and you know there's electricity that flows through the air, it flows through me, flows through you, and what you can do with any regular light bulb is you can through patience, perseverance.
Wow.
Well, if you're anything like me, sometimes it's just easier to do it yourself. At least that's what you tell yourself. Maybe because it's a little hard to find people to serve. Maybe you're in a smaller church and you think, I can just do all of this myself quicker and easier than I could find somebody, train them, and hopefully keep them around for the long haul. We'll just program it over MIDI. We'll automate everything. And pretty soon we realize, no, we need to build our teams. So before our first service gets going, I want to tell you how I've had success finding volunteers. I want to go least effective to most effective. Least effective, a blanket all call for people to volunteer in your ministry. It doesn't work. And if it does work, I found that you might get people that aren't qualified, that maybe aren't the best fit for your ministry. We've posted announcement videos on Facebook and, just in the service saying, hey, we need people to volunteer for the band or for the tech team. If you're interested, let us know. It doesn't seem like, at least in our setting, that works very well. And I will say, while blanket invites are the least effective method, I still think they might be necessary because so many people come into our church and they just see us doing our thing and they probably think they don't need any help, And so unless you express the need, maybe they think that there is no need. All right, a step up from the blanket invite would be utilizing things like your new member classes, your growth tracks, calling college ministries around you, kind of honing in on some certain areas where you can find out more about people. You may not even know that somebody that's new that's joining your church is the best bass player ever, but if part of the process of them finding a place to serve is figuring out what talents and abilities they have, then that can help you identify people that might fit into your ministry. And the very best way I found to find volunteers is to ask them. I know it's a novel idea, right? But really, most of the people that are on my team serving are people that I have just asked because I've seen something in them that I thought they might be a good fit for our team. For instance, I've seen a couple of our youth. They were really into taking photos and posting it on their Instagram, kind of getting into that. And so I approached them and said, hey, would you be interested in being on a photography team, getting trained by a couple of our other photographers? My media intern actually got involved in our ministry initially because he was a percussionist in band at the school, and we needed some extra snare players for a Christmas deal, and I just knew he played snare, and so I got him involved in that. Then he was volunteering as a janitor up here, and I saw some potential in him, and I just went to him and I was like, hey, would you rather work with me than clean toilets? So but you have to know people in your church to know whether they might be a good candidate to volunteer in your ministry. There's been guys in our church that I know their job is to work in IT at a bank or something like that, and I've approached them and said, hey, can you help us with our network stuff here? Could you help manage some things like that? And so identifying, abilities in people, and not even necessarily specific videographers or pro presenter runners, but they have an ability in a certain area and you can train them. That's how I kind of gather the resources for my teams. Let's get ready for first service, and I'll talk more about how we onboard and how I keep them. Let's go.
Give glory and honor and power unto him, Jesus, the name above all names.
All right, first service went good. Now let's talk about you get these volunteers. How do you onboard them onto your teams, right? Our process is very similar to Life Church, or maybe you already do this. If they want to be in the band, it's a little different than if they want to be on the tech team. If they want to be in the band, the first step to weed people out is they do a video audition. So I send them 2 songs to play, and they can just record them on their phones and email them or text them over to me. And this gives them the opportunity to perfect it as much as they want. No pressure in front of me and that kind of thing. So, and that weeds out a lot of people, because if people aren't willing to do that first step, they probably wouldn't make it on our team. After they submit the video, step 2 will be just a discussion with me talking about, let's put you into this team. Would you be interested? Or maybe you're a better fit on this team. And so onboarding them, have a process, set them up for success. That'll go a long ways. Let's get ready for second service. And then I'm going to tell you just a couple tips that I've learned in being here for 11 years on how to keep volunteers, and maybe some mistakes that I've made along the way as well, where I've lost some people. So getting ready for second service, contemporary, and it's gonna be good. Let's go. All right, so our house lights are doing this blinking thing, and we haven't been able to figure it out because it's one of those deals almost like you take your car to the shop and it's like, it's making this noise. And then the mechanic's like, well, you can't get it to do it. So when we've been trying to figure out what's causing it, we can't get it to do it. And so this morning it's randomly doing it where they're all blinking. So I'm gonna look at our dimmer packs and just see if I can figure this out. So here's where our dimmers for the house are located. They are these old NSI dimmers, and I'm not sure, the only thing I can figure out is this one keeps going back and forth between status okay and status boom. I'm not sure. So let's see what we can figure out.
It's great to see you. Let's stand to our feet and begin our service singing together. My name is Rylan. This is Caitlin and Mel. We're glad that you made it to church. Let's worship. And don't lose heart, oh my soul, and don't give up. There is hope, there is always hope. Yes, there is.
Goodness.
Come on, if our God has been faithful in your life, let's declare this is our testimony this morning. 'Cause all my life you have been faithful. 'Cause all my life you have been so, so good. With every breath that I am able, I'm gonna sing of the goodness of God. Yes, I'm gonna sing of
All right, second service. Man, it was a great day. I just have some of the best team. And now I want to tell you why I think some of them stick around. Number one, don't be a jerk. Nobody wants to be around a person who's a leader that's really just a jerk. And the church is really a place to display servant leadership and value people. So that would be the second thing that I think is really important is valuing people more than what they can give you, but who they are. You know, getting to know people. Something that I just am floored by all the time is when you're around somebody and they don't ask you a single question about yourself. I mean, that just shows me that they really don't care about me. I'm just there for what I can offer them. And so investing in your teammates' lives as much as you can and just asking questions about their families and their jobs and getting to know people for, who they are. And third, I would say encouraging them. I try to always send out texts, specifically on Sunday afternoons, to people on my team, giving a specific encouragement about something that they did. And I don't do that to everybody every time, because then it's just like, oh, here's the default encouraging text. But if somebody really does something well, I want to make sure that they know that, man, I see that and I value that. So those are 3 tips that I would give to help, retain people, keep them from going out the back door. One caution I would give you, some ways that I have screwed up in the past, is giving someone a job but then not allowing them to do it. For instance, I had an electric guitarist, and he just couldn't pull off some of the stuff, and so I was putting a lot of that in the tracks. And I think that just kind of defeated him, and it made him feel not valued, like, why am I even here if it's in the tracks? I actually had a friend one time that he was playing electric guitar at a Life Church, and he was doing a Lincoln Brewster song. He had learned the whole solo. And they're like, it's in the tracks, don't worry about it. So it was last Sunday there, and so he decided to play the Lincoln Brewster Let the Praises Ring solo with his tongue. And people from the audience afterwards were like, that was amazing. But, if people don't feel valued, they're not going to stay, and we need each other. The body needs each other. We all have different functions, and if you lose your pinky toe, you lose your balance, right? I think that's a thing. So, encourage your team, and hopefully this vlog helped you somehow. All right. Like and subscribe. Tell all your friends, and all your wildest dreams will come true. We'll see you in the next one.